It's just been sitting with me for a couple days, man. It's just been sitting with me. Mike Tomlin, this is the best, man. This soundbite is great. Who do we have on yesterday who said it was just like it's up there with the all-time great coaching rants, right? We had somebody on yesterday.
Did Joe
Manganiello.
say that?
Yeah, Manganiello said it's up there. Joe, great point by Joe Manganiello, all the way from Ireland. It's up there.
Playoffs.
Yes, and it's up there.
We're talking about practice.
It is up there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while for us to realize that it's up there. It's up there with we are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
You got that, Mike?
You know he's got that, but I mean, let's soup to nuts this thing.
The whole
man.
thing? We're just gonna play the whole thing?
I want the full-on soundbite.
I love it.
Go for it, please. Roll it. I want it.
Guys, I don't have time for that speculation. I mean, that's a joke to me. I got one of the best jobs in all of professional sport. Why would I have any interest in coaching college football? That'll be the last time that I address it. And not only today, but moving forward. Never say never, but never.
I mean, it's the greatest.
Okay? Anybody else got any questions about any college jobs? There's not a booster with a big enough blank check.
That's the line, too.
Anyone else?
All right.
Thank you. Anybody asking Sean Payton about that? Anybody asking Andy Reid about stuff like that?
See, now what makes a great rant from a coach? Here's what makes a great rant from a coach. It's not profanity.
Nope.
Even though there was profanity in Denny Green's
Right.
Yeah.
We are who they thought we were. He said he used the BS twice, right? But stick like back to back, like rapid fire BSs. That's what makes a rant great is sometimes working yourself up. Like it started with Tomlin. He knew he was going to be asked the question. He gets asked the question. He begins to answer it, and then he begins to get angry in the middle of it. And then you've got not one but two great lines. Two great lines where it's like never say never, but never. And then there's not a booster with a big enough blank check.
Yep.
And Joel Klatt just said last segment here something interesting that's kind of like calling out a billionaire in a way. Like, you don't have enough money for me. And do you think like Jimmy Iovine heard that and he's like, let me get my checkbook. That's why I said he's never met Dr. Dre, whose name is on a building there.
Yeah. How much money do I actually have?
Spielberg? I mean,
does Spielberg care about who's the coach at USC
Will
football?
Ferrell?
I thought you were going to say, does Spielberg care about money? Like,
no,
he has
but I'm
too
just
much.
saying, you know what I mean? Like
they could build a bridge from Pittsburgh
like USC's got
money.
USC's got bank, man.
Spielberg net worth $3.7
There you
billion.
go.
I mean, he could stroke a check.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? But Jimmy Iovine's like, you know what?
Hold my
We
drink.
sold a few headsets around here, right? Like,
Headphones.
I mean, Beats sold for how much did Dr. Dre sell Beats for?
and Joel takes the approach there of saying that that's a way to actually fish out a blank check large enough. But he said, never say never, but never. And then what really makes a rant that much better is when you hear off mic somebody who is running the press conference say anything else, or in the case of Denny Green, Mark Dalton of Arizona going, thanks, coach. Like that just adds something extra. And then after that happens, but thanks, coach, that was the end of it. But this one, anything else, the person who had anything else was
him.
Tomlin.
Yeah, he had something else.
And then the ultimate is you have ended the press conference.
Walk
That's
off.
what Denny Green did. Walked off.
Walk off.
Right?
Yeah.
Walk off. Get up, get out, stare at everybody, and go. I don't know if enough people have realized that we have a new one. The one being an all-time great coach rant from Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, as you're saying this, Rich, I'm putting up a poll. What's the best part of Mike Tomlin's presser?
We have deconstructed it.
So I have it.
Well,
So
great.
we broke it down, and I think you hit all the points, too. The blank check line, phenomenal.
I love that one.
The emphatic never.
Yes.
The emphatic never. The overall tone.
Yes.
And the walk-off.
The walk-off.
Yeah.
The walk-off. Matt Leinart will be next.
I mean, that was fantastic.
Thanks, coach. We still have never had Matt Leinart. Like, what was that like to walk in that room after that? Was he aware that Denny Green had said what he had said? And then he just walks in and he's just like,
Hey guys,
why is everybody freaking out around here? I know we just lost in horrible fashion, but
we need to ask.
What happened in here?
Do
we need to open a window? Like, what happened in here?
At Rich Eisen Show, vote right now.
Need more air in here or what?
Never say never, but never.
That is just as
That's one of my favorite drops of all time.
That's up there.
I've
with
had
one of-
thousands. That's easily in my top 5.
Thousands.
Like
I have thousands of drops that I have over my history of mixing. That is Rich. By
That's
the way,
outside of the Rich Eisen Show oeuvre of drops.
by the way, Rich, you're in the top. You have a top 10.
Which is what?
I don't have it here, but
What is it?
I
cursed?
no,
Are you just
no,
making
you never
stuff
cursed.
up
What
right
did you-
now?
what did I
No,
say?
from the NFL Network days when your earpiece went out
Yeah.
and we were doing a 2-way.
Yeah.
Schefter's on remote in Giant Stadium.
right.
You yelled to the A2, and I would normally bring
Oh,
your mic.
Stefan, right? I screamed out
Hey,
Stefan's
Stefan!
name.
And Schefter's on the other end.
Right.
And literally jumped because he didn't know what you were doing. Your ear went out. You couldn't hear.
I mean, that
I was
can't be a
laughing.
top. That's not better than this.
Back in the old days.
You've got better ones literally in front of you than that, Mike.
I mean,
you've got them all right there.
I have.
Sorry, Rich Eisen.
That's a good one. Sure.
Ballin'.
Okay, very good.
I mean,
We have been hoodwinked,
Wow, this is
bamboozled,
good.
led astray.
Because that's
run
actually
amok,
germane
and
for so
flat
many
out
different things.
deceived.
Very good. Never say never, but never.
Never.
Talk about.
Yeah.
That's John Voight. He's saying I was, hey.
Brockman loves that
So
one.
no, but never say never, but never. Could you turn down a job more emphatically in 5 words? The economy of words too.
A double
Love
negative.
Mike Tomlin.
A double negative.
Coach Mike Tomlin entering the pantheon of all-time great coaching rants. That was awesome. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.